The invocation followed by the Philippine National Anthem.
Panginoong makapangyarihan sa lahat, hinirang mo kami, tinipon at pinili. Mula sa karamihan, kaunti kaming itinangi, upang tumupad sa mga nais mong mangyari.
Ipinagkaloob niyo po sa amin ang talino, lakas at kagalingan, ang katangi-tangi at dakilang pangalan. Tinawag mo kaming mga pinuno, mga vanguard, mga anak ng bayan.
Sinanay mo kami upang maging mahusay at sa lahat ng gawin ay maging marangal.
Ang ilaw at gabay na ibinigay mo sa amin, tungkulin ay ganap na tuparin. Dangal na walang dungis ay panatilihin. At bayan, bago ang sarili, ang laging unahin. Iba't ibang pagsubok, dagok at hamon, ang hinarap namin sa maraming pagkakataon.
Muntik na po kaming magapi, ngunit nang maglaon,
Ang kapatiran namin, nakatindig pa rin ngayon. Salamat sa 100 taon, sa isang siglong tagumpay, at kami kinasangkapan mong maglingkod ng tunay. Katiwasayan ng bayan, patuloy naming ipaglalaban, at sa mga susunod pang siglo, haharapin namin ang anuman. Kaya tulungan niyo po ang aming kapatiran sa masidhi naming paglilingkod at paninindigan. Amen.
Tunghol! Kulay!
Kayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng pagaw, ay dinatang tulang awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nakikinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may magdidinig. Luman ang araw ng walang pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
You may now take your seats. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the UP Vanguard Sponsors Time. I am Nina Alantahan Santiago, Alpha Company sponsor of 1994 of the Infantry Battalion, and Corps, hindi ko alam kung S1, S3, or S5. I have forgotten, in 1995. And with me is my cadet officer when I was a sponsor.
When ako yung cadet officer niya when she was a sponsor, kasi ngayon siya yung officer ko, no? Siya yung aking commander. I am RP Santiago of the class of 96. So Nina and I will be your MCs for this morning. Nina, ano nga ba tong sponsors time? Ano bang naaalala mo sa sponsors time?
Ang naalala ko, sponsors time, before is
Hindi lang
different
ako,
from the
alam ko
sponsors
yung
time
attention
now.
mo kasi medyo dun sa officer mo at that time.
No.
Pero, ano
The
bang...
sponsors time at the time was when, di ba, you meet the platoons and the battalions and you give encouragement, motivation for the cadets who are undergoing training. But for today, it's a
Okay.
different sponsors time.
What's in store for us for
Yeah,
today,
what's in
for
store
this
for
morning?
So our agenda this morning is threefold. for the UP Vanguard to share all of its plans for its Centennial Homecoming this December. Number 2 is to rekindle ties for those who already know each other and for us to get to know other fellow alumni and resident sponsors. And of course, to have fun.
Okay. So, you're all in different tables, pero remember our objective number 2. We have alumni sponsors who are here. We have resident sponsors who are here. Dapat magkakilala, no? After the event. But to welcome all of us for this morning, may I now call on the current core sponsor of UP Diliman, Ms. Rachel E. Carlos.
Good morning po, ma'ams and sirs. Good morning po. On behalf of the UP Corps of Sponsors, we are pleased to see you all up here at the event today, whether on-site po and the online attendees po natin. And thank you so much po to the UP Vanguard Makati chapter for initiating Sponsors Time and making it possible for us sponsors to gather here today. The incumbent sponsors are all looking forward po to the stories you'll share today and looking forward po to knowing more about your days in the Corps. And we hope na everyone po can have a meaningful experience reminiscing their time in the Corps. And sana po we can strengthen our bonds po yung sa batches natin with the earlier batches para po sa future activities ng UP Corps of Sponsors. Welcome po, ma'ams and sirs, and enjoy po yung food and yung memories na will reminisce and memories na makikreate po natin today. Ayan po.
Thank you, Rachel, for the warm welcome.
Okay. If you look around the table, magbibigay pugay muna tayo. No? Magbibigay pugay ako. Aside from my commander here beside me, nagpakilala, I have the honor of introducing the most senior sponsor present. Naku, sino kaya? No? Sino kaya? Nina, sino?
Ay, kilala ko ito.
Commander mo rin ba?
Commander ko to for forever.
Oo. Pakilala mo na, Nina.
Okay, the most senior, but certainly not the oldest looking, the loveliest and the most experienced or has had most wisdom among all of us is from Corps Sponsors class of 1961. Wow. No other than my mother, Marilyn Coligado Alentahan.
Thank you. Sige, so meron bang prize for the most senior sponsor? Actually, ako ang nanalo, no? Pogi points yan, no? Oo, so matuto kayo, ha? Matuto kayo, lalo ni mga COs, wala mga COs dito, no? But I'm sure you've also already heard that we are celebrating the centennial year of the UP Vanguard. And this year, there had been a lot of activities that were lined up to celebrate this milestone.
So it's almost the end of the year. It's December. So is it about to end?
Hindi pa, no? The celebration is now winding down, but definitely not without a bang. To give us a snippet of what we are celebrating, aside from the Vanguard year, the DMST is also celebrating its anniversary. May I invite everyone to watch this video.
It was in 1914 that the University of the Philippines first considered a campus military course for male students. That year also marked the beginning of World War I in the shores of Europe between the Central Powers and the Allied forces. The world witnessed a wave of death and destruction that resulted in over 16 million people dead. With such tensions in the world community, UP approved campus military training as proposed. However, on February 26, 1915, then Governor General Francis Burton Harrison issued Executive Order Number 17, prohibiting military training by schools and organizations without his specific written authority, but nonetheless approved the application of the University of the Philippines for campus military training. A two-year campus training formally commenced in school year 1916 to 1917 and was imposed on male students taking up law, medicine, and liberal arts. Agriculture students were also quickly added, and the Corps of Cadets was born with the creation of the first cadet companies in UP. The years 1917 to 1921 saw campus military training expand to other UP colleges and schools and is applied to all enrolled males, freshmen, as well as those who had already matriculated in the previous years. On 4 November 1921, then UP President Guy Potter Benton proposed and the Board of Regents approved the establishment of a systematic military training program in UP. As such, on the 17th of March 1922, Captain Chester Arthur Davis assumed his post as the first Commandant of UP in the Department of Military Science and Tactics. DMST was established with its course program of instruction. The year was 1922. With the DMST formally in place in Manila, Los Baños, and Cebu, the Corps was activated as the first Philippine ROTC unit on July 1, 1922. The ROTC course was opened as a two-year basic course and a two-year advanced course. All else is now part of the 100-year history of the UP Department of Military Science and Tactics, with its unbreakable link with the UP Corps of Cadets.
exciting, no? I was telling him how nice it was to look at the
Tinatanong FA ba raw ang gumawa kasi puro field artillery. Oo, yung mga infantry kasi mga stationed elsewhere, no? Yung FA naka-stay put yung mga battery. Naku, baka magalit. Sir Edwin, sir. FA.
So I hope it sparked a lot of, feel emotions, and just by looking at it, it brings so much pride to what DMS, the UPROTC and DMST has done over the 100 years. And despite the challenges, we continue to celebrate. Excited ka na ba?
Oo, gaya ng sabi mo, Nina, there's a lot of history, a lot of passion, a lot of service to the nation. And na-mention kanina dun sa video, magkakapatid yan no? The Department of Military Science and Tactics, UPROTC, UP Vanguard, and the UP Corps of Sponsors. Excited na ako kasi hindi ko alam kung mahihintay ko pa yung next Centennial.
But we're lucky to be here to celebrate the centennial year of DMST, right?
Yeah. Oo. So the Centennial Homecoming will be this December. Later on, will be briefed by Vanguard Gilbert Raymond Reyes. He's not here at the moment because of another Vanguard activity that he is participating in. But definitely, as soon as he comes, he's going to give a few words to further invite us to the Centennial Homecoming on December 10, happening here at UP Diliman at the Quezon Hall.
The Carbs. Itong celebration na ba to is only for the UP Vanguards?
And that's the best thing. Nina, iba talaga pag sponsor mo, no? Oo. Siyempre, hindi Han ang tawag ko sa kanya nung sponsor ko siya. Sweetie Pie. And then ako lang. Joke lang. And that's one of the best things about the celebration, no? It's not only for the UP Vanguards, it's for all of us. What will be a Vanguard celebration without our dear sponsors? Kaya let's see each other on December 10, and you may also bring your other batchmates, friends, and family.
So we're invited. So we're included. So something to really look forward to. But for now, we'd also like to hear from some of our lovely alumni sponsors. We have 3 sponsors from different batches and different campuses who will be giving us short inspirational messages. I'm thrilled to hear how our sponsors have been doing all these years. Ready ka na ba ma-inspire?
Oo naman. Sino ba to?
Okay, so our first sharer is Dr. Pia Teresa Camara Chua, course sponsor of 1996 of UP Manila.
A pleasant day to my fellow sponsors. A pleasant day to my fellow sponsors, vanguards, ladies and gentlemen. I am Pia Camara Chua, and I am so proud to have been part of the UP Manila Corps of Sponsors from 1993 to 1997. When my friends and I were invited to join the Corps of Sponsors, I didn't hesitate to join because I was previously a CAT officer in high school and believed that it would be an extension of the paramilitary activities we had in CAT. And I thought that it was the next best thing to actually enrolling in ROTC. Also, there was the idealism of being part of an organization that was steeped in history, pageantry, socio-civic mindedness, duty, and discipline. But of course, when you're in college, you don't really get the full grasp of the big words that encompass the values of the Corps. On the lighter side of things, being part of the Corps of Sponsors introduced me to many friendships that I still have until now, a whole lot of fun and laughter, meaningful social outreach activities, adventures and misadventures, parties, parades, and galas, and a treasure trove of memories that bring sparks of joy up to now whenever I remember them. But as I grew older and went into the field and practice of medicine, The words of the Corps of Sponsors hold true in every aspect of my life and in every aspect of my profession. Honor, service, and excellence. A life of honor is a life of integrity, and I try to aspire to do the right thing even when no one is looking. But a lot of times, it is easier said than done. Service above gain is part and parcel of the practice of medicine, so much so that I consider being a doctor more of a vocation than a profession. Excellence in thought, word, and deed does not equate to perfection, but it is the effort to give your best in every endeavor, in every outcome, and especially in every patient encounter, because this can mean the difference of a life saved or a life lost. Along the way and over the years, I learned that we need goals, big whys, and values to help us achieve the life of our dreams. And to live the values of honor, service, and excellence among all other core values that we have allows us to strive higher, better, and stronger so that we can live our best lives. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, there. And we are privileged today to have the Deputy Core Sponsor of 1992 of UP Baguio, Ms. Angelica Tolentino Serrano.
Hello. So, good morning po sa inyong lahat. Babasahin ko na lang yung sinulat kong speech nung dapat from last week. Again, good morning po sa inyong lahat, to my fellow sponsors, and to my batchmates, si Eileen and si Attorney Ethel. Thank you so much for inviting us here, for extending the invitation. So nakarating po kami dito. Maraming salamat. And for our broads sa UP Vanguard Fraternity, thank you rin po for inviting us all. So ang question kasi nila sa amin nun is, paano ba maging isang sponsor, and ano ba yung mga lessons na nakuha namin and experiences na nakuha namin nung nag-sponsor kami nung time na yon? Well, actually, way back 1991, nung college ako, gustong-gusto ko talaga maging sponsor kasi yung boyfriend ko noon kasi sa UP Vanguard siya. So ROTC pa lang siya noon. But I got the invitation to be part of the UP Corps of Sponsors in 1991. Maganda yung naging experience namin, kami nila Ethel and nila Eileen, no? Kasi sabi nila, pag nag-sponsor ka, magiging moderator ka sa mga between the officers and the cadets. And that is what we did, no? Nagkaroon ng magandang bonding din yung cadets and the officers. And at the same time, sinuportahan namin yung mga officers namin sa mga projects nila. And we had one big project, kaya siguro hindi kami masyado nag-military training ng mga sponsors kasi we had one big project. Nag-revive kami ng isang choral song fest, yon. So sa amin, bilang estudyante, mas bata sila Eileen sa akin. So as students, overwhelming ito kasi kailangan mo mag-aral, di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng babagsak ka tapos ito lang yung inaatupag mo. So nag-juggle kami pare-pareho, no? Which yung lesson na natutunan ko dito is maraming bagay, no, na dapat mong gawin, and you have to maximize your time, to allot your time, and gawin mo yung makakaya mo to balance everything. And yun ang nangyari. So after that, naging successful yung event namin, no, na sponsors. Hanggang ngayon, sponsors pa rin kami kasi si Eileen, yung husband niya, si Carlo, yan, ini-invite pa rin nila kami. So we still imbibe yung values ng sponsors na yung civic duty. So every time na nagtatawag yung mga officers, yung mga vanguards, kung meron kaming mga medical missions, sumasama kami and we perform and we deliver. So up until now, sa mga trabaho naming tatlo, yan pa rin yung ginagawa namin. No, we perform. We do our duties and obligations not only to our families, sa organization, UP Corps of Sponsors, and partner UP Vanguard Fraternity, and dun sa mga companies and dun sa mga offices where we belong right now. Yan ang ginagawa namin. Meron kaming integrity, honor, and we still perform and we deliver. So as a sponsor, for the young sponsors here, no, ano lang yan, kailangan lang, kung ano yung sinabi nyo, yun yung gagawin nyo. No, yun yung honor, yun yung integrity. And then, do not be afraid to face challenges, no? Kasi sa buhay namin, kasi kami may mga edad na, marami na kaming nadaanan na challenges, no? And some of the challenges that you will face are really something na minsan hindi mo na ma-imagine na bakit sa'yo tumama tong challenge na to, no? But you have to be strong and you have your friends, your fellow sponsors, no, to support you on this. And sana yun din yung gagawin nyo sa mga susunod din na mga batches. So, yun lang ang inspirational message ko for all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Angelica. And we also have today Miss Ana Maria Lara Ordinario, course sponsor of 2000 of UP Manila, to deliver the message of her mother, Miss Jo Zaida Abrera Lara, Alpha Company sponsor of the 2nd Battalion and Corps S2 of 1968 of UP Diliman.
Hi, good morning po sa inyong lahat. I'm so pleased to meet you, Nina, and your mom. No? So I remember my mom, and she would have loved to be here. Dapat nandito sila dun sa first date, no? But because of the typhoon, my father's a vanguard, and my mother is a sponsor. So Vanguard Ed Lara 69, and then Josaida Lara 68 and 68. And they would have loved to be here, but they're based in Cagayan, in Lasam, Cagayan. So it's my privilege to deliver her sharing, no, her message for you today. So good morning. She wishes you good morning. Hello to everyone. I am Josaida Abrera Lara. She was expecting, ma'am, she would be the most senior. I was a member of the Corps of Sponsors in 1968 and 1969. It was in 1968 I was assigned as company sponsor of Alpha Company 1st Battalion, and my cadet officer was Cadet Captain Edgar Ramones Lara, so which is her future husband. Our core sponsor then was Miss Regina Bebet Benitez, now Miss McClellan, now based in the USA. And in 1969, I was renominated, and the position I was assigned was S2 Intelligence of the Corps Staff. My cadet officer was Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ronnie Salamanca, now based also in the US. Our core sponsor was the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago. And syempre magsisingit ako ng anecdotes ko. So in our home, there would be parang photos there, no? So there would be photos of their presentation of sponsors, no, with Miriam, with Senator Miriam. My 2 consecutive years of being a sponsor got me involved and participated in various core activities. Interview process that we had to undergo after being nominated, etiquette training and personality development, presentation of sponsors usually held in October, and sometimes the weather did not cooperate. So we had to join the parade and presented in the muddy sunken garden. The sponsors ball and a dance presentation of Paso Doble. Saturday ROTC drill day, wherein we made our presence felt by the cadets, no, to fulfill our goal to boost the morale of the cadets. We were in our workday uniform. So marami daw silang uniform. Learned actual dismantling of the Garand rifle. undergone first aid training. Then we gave a lecture and training on first aid to the cadets. The sponsor of the day duty maintained a sponsor's room at the UP DMST, assisted in blood donation campaign, and visited cadets during their bivouac at La Mesa Dam. Attended the ROTC graduation and awards ceremony, and also attended the ROTC graduation ball and ring hop. My training and experiences in the Corps of Sponsors helped me and blessed me in the following ways. So she eventually married her cadet officer, Edgar Ramones Lara, who she supported in his political career. So Edgar Lara is a 3-time congressman of the 2nd District of Cagayan and a 2-term governor of Cagayan Province. He is a present law professor at the University of Cagayan Valley. And she said, no, that with God's grace, may I proudly share that as a sponsor and spouse, I helped and inspired Edgar Ramones Lara in pursuing and achieving his professional, political, and community endeavors. She also says that because of my interaction with the cadets, it made my work as head librarian for 31 years of an all-boys school in Ateneo de Manila High School enjoyable and manageable. I adjusted well and developed a greater understanding of the young male adult psychology. Belonging to the Corps of Sponsors, wherein attitudinal values were instilled to the members, such as commitment, discipline, and service, which up to the present I still imbibe and observe in an organization wherein I am an officer or member for almost 8 years. So she's a member of the Zonta Club of Apari and a member of the Zonta International NGO composed of professional women with an advocacy of building a better world for women and girls. I am now enjoying my sunset years living in Lasam, Cagayan. And as I look back and assess my happy and joyful life of 75, I see the hands of God working in the tapestry of my life. And being a member of the Corps of Sponsor is a part of that. Thank you, dear God, and this is all for your greater glory. And she has an extra trivia, and this is attributed to me. So this is part of my birth story, and so I've known this all my life. So part of my birth story, when she was she went to the delivery room of the hospital to deliver me. There was a medical intern that was assigned to her. And then sabi niya, "Ma'am, cadet niyo po ako sa Alpha Battalion, Alpha Company." So it was a small world, but it was such a funny story. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ladies, for those inspirational messages. It's nice to hear about your experiences and how these influenced you to be who you are at the moment, how you are now. Yung dalawa, no, may love story angle pala doon, no? Oo.
Maraming parallelisms.
Oo.
Maraming commonalities.
Oo. Yung birth story, kulang na lang kala ko nasa Vanguard Christmas party rin, no, nung tumatawag na manganganak na ako.
Nasa Vanguard
ka pa rin ba? Umuwi ka na, manganganak na ako. Parang kulang na lang. I was holding my breath, no? Sabi ko, napaka daming parallelism, no? But on a personal note, I know your mom. I found out that her mom actually was our librarian at the Ateneo High School. So little did I know, no, that I will see her here in one of the events. Sabi ko, "Ma'am, I know you." And then I found out that she's a sponsor married to a Vanguard.
So, dami. So, maraming stories ang sponsors and Vanguards. Happy stories. So, and despite being from different batches and different campuses, they all exude the same love for the organization, the UP Corps of Sponsors, and of course, for the UP Vanguard.
Napansin ko puro love ang sinasabi mo, ha? But I couldn't agree more. Iba rin talaga ang love and loyalty, honor, excellence, service na nade-develop dito sa UP Vanguard, UP Corps of Cadets, and UP Corps of Sponsors. Okay, to
formally close the program, so may I call on our gracious benefactor for this event and the UP Vanguard Makati Chapter Commander, Vanguard Jonathan Jimenez of Class 1986.
Oo. Maraming nagsasabi, wow, okay yung setting, okay yung food. No? Sabi ni Chap Jonah, ganito kami sa Makati. No? Parang yung tagline, ganito kami sa Makati.
Good morning still to everyone. I'm Jonah Jimenez. I'm a member of the UP Vanguard Class of 1986. Ako po yung naatasan as Chapter Commander for Makati to formally close activity. Although, later on, we will still ask si Chairman Emeritus po ng Vanguard Board of Trustees, si Board of Governors, si GB Reyes, will still talk about the Centennial later on. Medyo nahuli lang po siya ng konti. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing group led by RP and Charmaine for such a bang-up job. Let's give them a round of applause. And of course, to the resident members of the Corps of Sponsors, please raise your hands. Taas po yung kamay ninyo, mga Corps of Sponsors of Diliman, pakitaas. Let's also give them a round of applause, please. Also, the next one, of course, is the UP Corps of Sponsors of UP Los Baños, who motored all the way from Los Baños, please. Okay, thank you very much for all the effort you exerted. I call this Sponsors Time Part 3. Why Part 3? The first one was really scheduled before COVID, way back in 2019. That was sometime in March. Then nag-breakout po yung COVID, so canceled po. A few weeks ago, we had Sponsors Time Take 2. Binagyo naman po tayo. So sabi ko, pag ngayon hindi talaga natuloy, pamimigay na lang namin yung pagkain. But thankfully, natuloy po tayo. And we are very happy to meet all the familiar faces today, this morning. First of all, I would like to tell you that the UP Corps of Sponsors will always be an integral part of the UP ROTC and the UP Vanguard. Kasama po, if you'll see the presentation, kanina po, the UP Corps of Sponsors have played a very important role in the training of our cadets throughout those years. Kayo po yung break po ng mga kadete po pag sila galit na po sa amin. So, at the same time, you have helped us mold these cadets into reservists and reserve officers. And for that, we have to thank you very much for all the effort you have done. And for that, please let us give each other the round of applause again. And in behalf of the UP Vanguard Incorporated, I would like to thank all the alumni sponsors present today. Masaya po kami nakita-kita ulit po tayo. It has been quite some time with a few inches somewhere else added. So, and a few here, of course, gone a few. So, but we are here. We share a common vision of what this country should be. It should always be governed by duty, honor, and country. And we should always be guided by that. And it's those three same words that should guide us as Filipinos as we help our country today. I belong to class 86. If you'll remember what happened in 86, I was part of the rebel class. So it was difficult for us, for the present administration. Of course, wala tayong politiko po for this morning. But we have to move on. Despite our differences, despite the things we've gone through, we move forward as a country. And I ask of you, alam ko naman po, pag galing po sa UP, kayo po yung nation builders, kayo po yung leaders po ng bansa po natin. Kaya po, in whatever you do, lawyers, doctors, managers, so please, we ask you to do your best for our country. Again, as we always close our statements sa UP Vanguard, we do everything for duty, honor, and country. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brad Jonah, our UP Vanguard Makati Chapter Commander. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all please rise as we sing the UP Corps of Sponsors hymn and the UP Vanguard hymn.